Hello everybody, welcome back to Masked Pundit TV, and in today's video I'm going to be giving my preview and prediction for tonight's game, which sees Atletico Madrid take on Arsenal away in Madrid, so let's get right into it. So let's start off Atletico Madrid. They're investing players for the Champions League. Champions League is all they've got to play for now. They're not winning La Liga over there, so their full focus is on the Champions League. And we know Atletico Madrid in the past have been known to be a very defensive team. But this season they've actually adapted. They're a lot more free-flowing. They're playing some nicer football. They're not as strong defensively, but they're able to get good results. They're scoring a lot more goals. They've got some very, very good players in there. Obviously, Julian Alvarez, we know from Manchester City, and Arsenal are heavily linked with him. You've got Griezmann, who's not really a goal scorer nowadays, but still, the creativity he has, his ability to pull strings. He's a very, very good player. They still have a very solid defence if they need to. If Simeone wants to go there, get a result here. So, if they get a result here and they need to sit on a 0-0 draw, they can get a 0-0 draw. They're more capable of doing that, but they're playing a lot more attacking football. Soyov, we know, is a threat as well, especially from set pieces and crosses into the box. So I'm expecting a very difficult game. Obviously, Arsenal, we are coming off that 1-0 win against Newcastle. Just get the goal, shut up shop. We didn't really look like we were going to concede at any point apart from a Visa opportunity. He ran past our defence and then he blazed it over the bar. But other than that, we didn't really look like conceding. The goal coming from Eze, a short corner. Odegaard set up the space for him, pulled the defender onto him, and Eze with a lovely strike outside the box. And then we just shut up shop and we got the win. I think the only injury concerns going into this game for Arsenal is Kai Havertz. I don't think it's going to play, and Julian Timber. Don't think he's going to play either. And then for Atletico Madrid, I believe they're missing two midfielders. I think Nico Gonzalez and Barrios. I've seen reports on Twitter how reliable they are. I should have probably fact checked this, but apparently those two are out. And if that's true, those are two solid midfielders, especially Barrios. Is one of their better midfielders, so he could be a big loss for them if he is not playing this game. But let's get into the predicted lineup for Arsenal. Okay, so predicted lineup. First up, goalkeeper David Raya. Simple as that. No changes. He will play all of his games as long as he is fit. Okay, right back. I'm going to go with Mascara. I think we need a bit more solid defensive, a bit more sturdy defensiveness is what I'm trying to say. That Ben White, I don't think offers us that. I think he's good going forward. Ben White, not that great defensively though. So I'd rather have Mascara play this game, especially because Ben White played against Newcastle. The two centre backs going to be William Saliba and Gabriel, obviously the main two. Again, as long as they're fit, they will play every single game from now on. And then left back, I'm going to go with Hincapié. Calafiori, I think, was in training. He was in the open training session. So he'll be a good option to have on the bench if he's available. Come get some minutes into his legs. Again, he could be a key player for this final run-in the Premier League and the Champions League. But I think Hincapié will start this game. Midfield 2 then. Midfield 3 technically if you include the centre attacking mid. I'm going to go with Declan Rice, obviously. Again, probably our most important player. Especially, again, in this run-in here. This is crucial. We want to get silverware. We want to win the Premier League still. We want to win the Champions League. It's going to be very, very difficult. I was watching, side note real quick, I was actually watching the Bayern Munich and PSG game. What a game. 5-4, both fantastic teams. Going to be very, very difficult to beat the final no matter who we play. Or Atletico Madrid play. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Declan Rice. And next to him, obviously, Martin Zubimendi. Should know Atletico Madrid at the back of his hand. Used to play in La Liga, obviously, for Real Sociedad. So, he could be a key player. Again, need a big performance from him. On his day, he's absolutely fantastic. So hopefully we see the best of him. And then just ahead of him, I'm going to go with Eze. Now, I know, again, there was a bit of injury concern. But if he's fit enough to start him, because, again, he's going to be crucial and we're starting to see the best of him. And the pockets of space he'll be able to open up. Or Odegaard's not been at his best recently. Or be for a lot of the season. I love Martin Odegaard, but he's not been at his best. So if Eze is available to start him onto the front three. Okay, so on the right, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. He came on against Newcastle, got a few minutes into his legs there. I think, you didn't want to start him against Newcastle. You want him fully fit, ready to go for this game. Madueke, I'm a fan of Madueke, but Bukayo Saka, if he's available again, so you start him. On the left, I'm going to go with Martinelli. Now, there was a little bit of concern that he might not be able to play this game, and there is still concern. We're not sure if he'll be able to start, but it seems like, again, he was at the open training session, so hopefully he is available to play again. He's going to be very crucial with the space he's going to get. The Champions League is going to be better suited for him. Teams are going to open up more. There's going to be more space for him to run into. We know he's had a very, very good Champions League campaign so far this season. And yes, hope it continues. And then up front, I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres. Again, our top scorer. And as I was saying with Martinelli there, the space that Gyökeres will open up even more space for him when he's dragging defenders onto him. I think he's going to be a crucial player. Again, Kai Havertz, I don't think is going to be able to play this game anyway. I think he's out. So I'm going to go Victor Gyökeres. My prediction for this game is going to be very difficult away from home. Yeah, I'll take a draw in all honesty. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I do think a 2-2 draw for some reason. That's the result that's coming in my mind. I'm going to go with, I know I say he doesn't score much. I'm going to go with Griezmann, and I'm going to go with, we'll go Griezmann and we'll go Alvarez. Why not? The two Atletico Madrid front men. And then for Arsenal, I'm going to say goals coming from Saka on his return and Mosquera from a corner goal on set piece FC again. But that is it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, share the video around. It's all greatly appreciated and helps out the channel. Hope you enjoyed the match later, no matter which side you're rooting for or if you're a neutral. Hope you enjoyed the match. And come on, Arsenal. Don't let me down.